Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. I'm Kel. This is Working with Resonance. This is the daily. Today is a little bit different because we've actually got a reading here that was done this morning, and the person that was done for has kindly allowed me to share this as the daily because it's quite relevant across the general cohort. Okay, we're talking today about the Five of Swords. It is a choice point. Generally, it is when our soul, our higher self, source, God, our guides, you put the label on it, is asking us, okay, so what is it that you actually really want? What is it that you want to align with? Now, a little bit of background is the person that this read was done for is starting a business or turning a hobby into a business, and they've run out of their savings. The bills are coming in, everyday bills are coming in while she's trying to build the business, and it's come to a point where she feels like she has to go and get a real job, right, out in the real world. So the mind is racing with all the possibilities, all the options, all the contingencies, is feeling like it's an either or choice point coming through with the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is not always either or. It's really just a matter of, it's not even really a decision. It's just, what do you want to align with? What is it that's your happiest alignment right here, right now? So we take some time out, right, to sit or to just take our mind off things. But even intentionally sitting, silencing the mind, stilling the body, and allowing everything to come to the surface. Okay, because the mind's going here with the Page of Swords. Now, the Page of Swords is generally thoughts. It's often gossip. It is mind-initiated distraction that tries to pull us away from our alignment. Page of Swords can also be about using smoke and mirrors. So not really sitting in our essence or just pushing that aside. So what we're asked to do in the situation when we're presented with the Five of Swords, and Five of Swords has presented in a lot of the readings lately, is to just sit and allow everything to come to the surface without judgment. Allow the emotions to be recognised. The emotions have a voice that's valid, but we can just sit in objective observation of them without engaging. I'm upset, I'm hurt, I'm worried, I'm anxious, I'm sad, whatever the emotions are. And in this particular case, there was a lot of emotions, big emotional swings, because the head is pulling in one direction and the heart, the happiness, is pulling in another direction. So we just don't take any action right in that moment when we're very, very emotional. And we just allow things to pass. We observe, we acknowledge, we love, and let it go without engaging in more of it. So what then happens is it opens the path because we haven't taken any particular direction. We're not holding on to an outcome. We're not saying, oh, well, you know, Eight of Cups, I've got to throw it all away and go and do what I should do and conform. We don't have to get engaged with that. Or on another side of it is digging your heels in and saying, well, no, I want my business, I want this and I want that. And so that's it. Coming from an emotional space. When we can move them beyond the emotions, much more into the objectivity of the King of Swords after we allow the emotions to subside, then we can focus on thoughts, words, and actions to align with where we've observed the happiness to sit. So for this particular person, the happiness sat on the side of continuing to develop the hobby into a business, because that's where the joy was felt. Okay, and the connection with happiness was felt. And simply by letting it go and allowing it to be as it is without applying meanings, without jumping to conclusions, without taking action before action is required, suddenly there is a new opportunity presented. Almost instantly at the moment of completely letting it go, not just saying, yeah, I've let it go, but completely moving on and just going about the day-to-day stuff. Suddenly, a new opportunity presented, a new pathway to continue with the happiness, not pulled back into the shoulds and shouldn'ts. A new opportunity on the pathway of happiness, and truly happiness, mind, body, and soul now being experienced, not just in the mind, but in the wholeness, is at the frequency of gratitude, unconditional love, happiness, joy. Amazing stuff. Truly amazing stuff. When we started at the Five Swords, conflict, the shoulds and the shouldn'ts were taking a really strong hold. And the emotions also were very, very strong, and there was big emotional swings. So if you are presented in any of your readings with the Five of Swords, you are being asked, what is it that you want to align with? What is it that you want to align with? And it doesn't really matter which you choose. However, if you're trying to choose into the shoulds and the shouldn'ts, then you're going to generate much, much more of the mind, the thinking mind frequencies, the overthinking, the smoke and mirrors. So you're pushing aside the soul level and focusing on the surface level. There's no right or wrong with that. Okay, it's just being aware that there's a resistance still present when you're not aligning with happiness. Happiness is the flow. Happiness is very effortless, truly, truly effortless. The only effort that we need to do is ensure that what we think, what we say, and what we do is in alignment with that. If you need any personal assistance in anything that you're going through, all the information that you need to make a booking is in the description box below. Thank you so much for being here. Lots and lots of love. Hope you have a fantastic day. I'll see you again tomorrow.